Okay, this is day 358, and this is version 2. You can see the map is filling in quite nicely here, Wisconsin. The great thing about being the person who registers your district, remember, there's only going to be 435 plaintiffs, so you get the whole share. So there's only going to have 435 plaintiffs, but you get a nice swath of the map when you, like Nebraska won there, you get a big chunk of the map. New Hampshire, you get half the state. Looks really great. North Carolina, you get big chunks when you do that. This one in New York is another big chunk here. I got a nice big chunk here too with Northeast Indiana. I didn't think I was going to get that much. So you get a lot of territory. You can see over here in California. So we picked up a lot of states: California, New Mexico, Colorado, Nebraska. You get the whole state if you do Montana or Wyoming, or all these are still available in play. And then, of course, a lot in Florida. We're getting a lot in Florida, especially in those port areas, so that's kind of good news. And we're getting some nice fill-in here on the East Coast. Now, because of time zone, we haven't reached out here yet in the West, but we should be able to a little bit later this afternoon. Keep don't put the states here. Put it on 358.1, or you can tweet it out. That would even be better, or both. That would even be the best. Because then you're going to get the coverage and so forth. And then what I'm going to follow up next week, or maybe over the weekend, is now the congressmen go home on Thursday night. They're in your district now. They're coming into your district. Now is the time to send them the letter, call the local television station and say, hey, were you aware of this lawsuit? And the congressman has been put on notice to retain records for this. Are you aware of this lawsuit with this Pakistani spy group in Congress? And just send that letter, a copy of the letter that you sent to your congressman, send it to your local television station. That way, it's a purple cow in the sense that they don't get this every day. They don't get informed. Reporters are always looking for stories, but they don't necessarily want to hear, there's jet engine noise at LaGuardia, or there's jet engine noise at JFK. They want news stories, and if the congressman's involved in a lawsuit, that's a great question, especially if they're the opposing party. Just saw that there's a spy in Congress. It seems like you're involved in a lawsuit. Could you explain more about that? They're going to have to get up to speed on this topic. They're going to have to get up to speed on this topic quickly. We've got a guy working 3 months a year, transferring terabytes of information, millions and millions of dollars. Okay. Now, I'm not saying it's DHS programming. I'm not saying it's CACI, but the way things are lining up, this is lining up exactly like the 2009 OCTO, the Octo scandal, the AITC scandal, which was basically the same exact thing. You bring programmers in, they get their visa, sometimes they get their passports. You basically charge them $50,000 a head to come in, and you that's how you get campaign contributions. So if this is a simple pay-for-play visa scheme, that's going to come out in the wash. I think it is. So anyway, keep your cards and letters coming. Do the updates to Twitter and do the updates to the previous 358.1. That way you can just see a running history of all the people. Remember, we're closing it off at 4:35, and all through the way in promoting the lawsuit, you're going to be the representative for your district. So you have the most to gain. I don't know if everybody's going to get $1 or if everybody's going to get more than that. I can't make any promises. But we don't want a big class action. I don't want a big class action. I just want every district in the country represented. We're obviously going to do this for the World Court, for Canada, one person for every province. We're going to do this for all the NATO countries, of course, because they're directly affected by this. Again, in England, one representative per county, etc. Okay, that's it for right now, and off to Washington.